Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Week 17 Vegas spreads. I just want everyone to be cautious this week. Do your research. I've been looking at who's starting, who's benched this whole 2 days before the video, but it's fluid. Do your research. Let's get this money. Week 17. I'm going to start with the Monday night game. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are +1. Money, money, money. Money, Bengals to win in the cover. I'm going to keep riding this train, and I'm going to go back to what I originally said week 2, week 3. I think the Bills are overrated. I specifically think their weapons on offense are overrated. I'm not talking about Josh Allen. I'm not talking about Stephon Diggs, but I think this offensive line is a little bit vulnerable. The run game was good against the Bears, but I don't think it would be good against a legit run defense like the Bengals. And I just don't like these periphery receivers. Maybe Cole Beasley could play a part, and honestly, he might need to. And when I look at Cincinnati, this defense surprises me every week, and their secondary has been absolutely plagued with injuries this whole year. But have we even noticed on the field? I certainly haven't. And when I look at this Bengals offense, there's one thing that is sneaky that no one is talking about. These last 4 or 5 weeks, they've been getting their running game going. And I'm not saying it's a great run game or a top 5 run game, but they're getting 4 or 5 yards when they need to. They're getting a better push on the offensive line. And for me, that's a way you want to attack this Bills defense. I think this Bills defense is a little bit soft. I think they're a little bit vulnerable in the front 7 without Von Miller. And when I look at Joe Burrow, I just think he has more guns than Josh Allen this game. And Boyd getting healthy. Jamar Chase hitting midseason form. I'm just loving the Bengals here. I think they get more explosive plays. I think the home field advantage helps them. Of course, you want to check the weather before this, but I don't think it makes a damn bit of difference. Bengals winning the cover, making a money pick. Finally, a Monday Night Football game we can get excited for. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. Saints are +6.5. I got the Saints to cover, Eagles to win. I do wonder if Minshew's going to get into the 30s again. I'm betting against that. I think the Saints defense has some answers for them. Now, there is always questions about motivation level with the Saints, and there's questions about motivation levels this whole week 17. I think the Saints show up, and this Eagles defense, man, is really worrisome, and I think the Saints can get the run game going, and that's the problem with the Eagles the whole year, allowing runs. And I just wonder, with the Eagles locking down a playoff place, locking down home field advantage, how much motivation they will have. If Hurts is here, I'm changing my pick, but it looks like it'll be Minshew. I'm going Saints to cover, Eagles to win. There's no way I'm betting this. Next game, we got the Cleveland Brownies at the Washington No-Names. Browns are +2.5. I'm going Browns to win in the cover. I'm voting for chaos here, and we know the Browns blowing that 10-0 lead in the snow was absolutely pathetic. There's not a lot of other words for it, but I'm not holding that against them. I think the Browns' defensive line can get the better of the No-Names offensive line. One reason why I said Purdy and the 49ers were going to cover against the Commanders last week was because I felt like this Commanders offensive line is weak. You can push them around like jelly. And I think that's what the Browns do here. And I do think there will be better weather this game. And I think we'll get to see a more balanced Browns offense. We'll get to see more Amari Cooper, get to see more Deshaun Watson on the play-action rollouts. I just think the Browns get better quarterback play. There isn't a lot of science. Give me Browns to win in the cover. Commanders collapse. Next game, AFC West. We got the Denver Broncos, Nat Hackett, at the Kansas City Chiefs. Broncos are plus 14. Money, money, money. Money. Broncos to cover is the money pick. Yes, you heard me right. Broncos to cover the 14. Chiefs to win. Listen. There is such a thing as a new coach boost in the NFL. It's not as powerful as in soccer, but it still makes a bit of difference in the NFL. I've noticed it since I was 11 to 12 years old, betting spreads. Give me the Broncos to cover. And I know the defense completely gave up last week against the Rams. We thought the Rams would take care of business anyways, but I do think this Broncos defense responds. I do think they play a good game, and I do think the Chiefs covering against the Seahawks is a bit of an admiration and is a bit of an outlier. We know what the Chiefs do. They bring their C-plus game to these low-tier teams, and that's probably what the Chiefs are going to bring. I'm not running to the bank to put like 5 G's on the Broncos to cover. Don't get me wrong, but in a week with minimal bets, let me sit comfy with the plus 14. Mahomes gets up 2 scores. They put their foot on the gas pedal. New coach spark for the Broncos. Give me the plus 14. Of course, the Chiefs will win the game. Next game, Thursday night football. We got the Dallas Cowboys, them boys, at the Tennessee Titans. Cowboys are minus 10. Cowboys to win in the cover. Malik Willis sucks, man. Malik Willis is one of the worst first or second round quarterbacks I've seen brought into this league. He just doesn't look comfortable. It doesn't look like he has like the physical ability to throw a football. Yeah, he's fast, but how much does that matter in an NFL game with 11 dogs on the other side chasing you down? I just think the Cowboys kicked their ass. I think this Titans team is in white flag mode, and we need to remember the ramifications of this football game. Jeffrey Simmons won't be playing. Tannehill's obviously not playing. King Henry probably isn't going to play. Here's the ramifications. Titans just need to win against the Jags last week of the season. This game counts for nothing. Think the Cowboys roll in here, absolutely come with a blitzkrieg. Cowboys by 20. Cowboys winning the cover with the minus 10. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Happy New Year. Let's get this money. Next game, we got the Arizona Cards at the Atlanta Falcons. Cards are plus 3.5. I got the Cardinals to cover, Falcons to win, but listen closely here. If Colt McCoy starts, I really like this Cardinals to cover. If McSorley starts, I'm going Atlanta to win in the cover. I just think there's a big drop-off between them, and McSorley was absolutely terrible these last 2 games against the Broncos and Bucs. I think the Falcons can run the ball. We saw J.J. Watt play great against the Buccaneers, but listen, I'm not trying to rain and hate on anyone's parade, but can we just say that was probably more Tampa Bay offensive line than J.J. Watt and the Cards defense playing good? Falcons win, Cardinals cover. If McSorley's in there, Falcons winning the cover. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jags. Lawrence Longhair at the Houston Texans. Jags minus 4. Jags to win in the cover. But like I said above, listen, these games mean nothing. The only game that means anything for the Jags-Titans is that Week 18 division battle. I got the Jags to win in the cover, but who the hell knows? Maybe the Texans pull a rabbit out of the hat. Jags need to be careful here. You do not want anyone getting hurt before that big matchup against the Titans. Next game, playoff battle here. We got the Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Hoodie, Fins are plus 2.5. Money, money, money. Money, Pats to win in the cover. It pains my heart to do this. We've made so much money fading the Patriots these last 3 years. We've even made a lot of money fading them this year. But I gotta go Patriots. No Tua Tagovailoa. And honestly, if Tua was playing, I would probably still go the same way. I don't think this Dolphins defense is playing at good enough level. I don't know what's happened to their secondary. And I'll be honest, this Patriots offense is absolutely terrible. It's a bottom 10 offense in the league. You might even say it's bottom 5 of what we've seen. But I'm looking at this game. I just think the hoodie pulls this one out. I mean, I wish I had some science. I wish I had some analytics to throw to you guys. But I don't. I just feel like with Teddy Bridgewater in there, the Pats will get consistent stops. And I think at the end of the day, the Pats will get their run game going. And it doesn't feel like this Dolphins team is in free for all. They had no business losing that game against the Packers. Tua throws 3 interceptions in the damn fourth quarter. I just think this Finn's team is out of ideas, and maybe I should dig the trench and go Fins here, but I'm going hoodie Bill Belichick. I think the Pats manufacture 17, 20 points, and I'm not sure the Dolphins can get more than 10 or 14 with Teddy. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Giants. Colts are +5, Colts to cover, Giants to win. But I do think the Giants are an upset watch here. If we get Nick Foles another game to get in rhythm, maybe slinging it around a little bit, I could see the Colts being dangerous here. I think this Colts defense plays a good game. I like their matchup against the Giants offense. Giants played good last week against my Vikings, but we all know the Minnesota Vikings pass defense is absolutely garbage. Colts pass defense isn't so much. Colts to cover, Giants to win in the Meadowlands. Next game, we got the NFC South on the line. We got the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Panthers are +3. Panthers to win in the cover. Panthers to win in the cover. This opened up at 5, and if it was at 5, I would bet the Panthers to cover. But I think the Panthers win this game. I think the Bucs will come with a better game than they played against the Cardinals, but I just can't go with the Bucs. I had a 2-team teaser that I put on Patreon that I bet a lot of money on with the Bucs and 49ers, and after sweating that one out, I won it. But after sweating it out, I just can't go near the Bucs anymore. And we got to be honest, the Bucs are a really bad team, and I think something's wrong with Tom Brady. And I think this Panthers defense can push the buttons to affect the Buccaneers. I don't think the Buccaneers will run the ball. I don't think the Buccaneers can run the ball against anyone. If they had the Falcons or Bears, the 2 worst run defenses, I don't think the Bucs would get much going, and I don't see the Bucs getting much going in the pass game, and I think Carolina's going to be able to run the ball. I'm not waiting for Sam Darnold to put on a good performance, but I do think Devontae Foreman goes over 100 yards. Give me the Panthers to win in a cover on the road and to somehow take the NFC South. I can't believe I'm saying this. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears, the Bears, at the Detroit Lions. Bears are +5.5. I got the Lions to win in the cover. I know the popular bet's going to be Bears +5.5. Maybe go Bears money line. I gotta say, the Lions' performance against the Panthers might be top 5 worst performances we've seen from an NFL team this year. I'm not trying to be dramatic or melodramatic about this, but, the Panthers were in 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers in shotgun, and Detroit kept 6 guys in the box the whole game, and didn't the Panthers get damn near 300 yards rushing the ball? I do think the Lions make some adjustments. We know the Bears run it well. We know Justin Fields is an absolute magician with the ball in his hands. But I think the Lions respond here. Lions in the dome. They get the play action working. They're able to run it against the Bears defense. I got the Lions to win in the cover. I'm sure most of the money will be on the Bears to cover. Next game, we got the New York Jets. Mike White at the Seattle Seahawks. Jets are -2.5. Money, money, money. Money Jets to win in the cover. Mike White means I'm betting it. I've been telling you guys these last 2 weeks, I'm betting against the Jets until Mike White gets back in there. Well, Mike White's back and he's up against a tired, beaten down defense that seems out of ideas, that seems out of verb. And we even saw Seahawks offense, and I called it. I told you guys, Tyler Lockett is the piece that makes this Hawks engine run. Now, could he be back in this game? He is questionable. For me, it's doubtful. And if he's back, I just don't think that ankle's going to hold up. And I think this Jets defense matches up well with a Seahawks offense that needs to run the ball, and they probably won't. I think the Jets throw it better than Geno and the Hawks, and that's why the Jets win and cover this game. Also, psychological perspective. Yes, we know going to Seattle is never an easy trip. We don't care how bad the Hawks are. That's not an easy stadium to play in. But I think Mike White rallies these boys. I think they play good football. And I think the Jets get more pop plays and win the turnover battle. Give me the Jets to win in the cover. Make it a damn money pick. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are -3. Ravens to win in the cover. But this game is dangerous with Huntley. If Lamar Jackson comes back, you obviously know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the $ all over this. But with Huntley, even though I am a Huntley fan, they are limited on offense. And when you're limited on offense, that gives a damn good coach like Mike Tomlin even more wiggle room to trap you and completely shut everything down. I'm going Ravens to win in the cover. I actually think the Ravens are playing better defense right now than the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why I'm going that way. Next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. Vikings are +3.5. I'm going Vikings to cover, Packers to win. Please, please, please do not bet this game. Vikings do not need this game. And as a Vikings fan, I don't want them to spend too much mental or physical energy on this game. And I know everyone's going to be pounding the Packers. I just don't think it's smart, and I don't think that performance against the Dolphins was all that good. I'm not trying to slam on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers isn't the problem with the Packers. The rest of the team is. I'll let you guys bet the Packers. I'm going Vikings to cover, Packers to win. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy at the Las Vegas Raiders. San Fran -5.5. Money, money, money! Money! Borderline money pick. Let me repeat. Borderline money pick. 49ers to win in the cover. I was one of the few people who liked them last week with the -6.5, -7. I think they come in and dominate this game. Yes, the Raiders' O-line has gotten better as the year goes on. But every time they go back to pass block, they absolutely get decapitated. I do think Purdy, I do think Shanahan will be ready for this game, and this Raiders defense just isn't good enough. And let's get to the psychological perspective of this game for the Las Vegas Raiders. Am I the only one who feels like this team's going to quit? Am I the only one who feels like Josh McDaniels has completely lost control of this locker room? If you were in that locker room, do you think you would go out and fight for Josh McDaniels? I certainly want it. San Fran winning the cover, making a money pick. Last game of the week, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the Los Angeles Chargers. Battle of LA, right? Rams +6.5. I'm going Rams +6.5 to cover. Chargers to win. I've been picking the Rams to cover the last 4 weeks. 3-1 in those situations. I'm going there again. I think the Rams cover, Chargers win. Not a lot of science because the Chargers bring their A game. They can obliterate them. It's just, I haven't seen what I've liked out of the Chargers offense. And Chargers are up at their best when they're explosive, when they're throwing down the field. But everything seems to be a check down. Everything seems to be in a box. I think the Rams do enough to cover, but the Chargers win. Please do not bet this game. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. The best gambling show on the internet. Slam that like button. Leave a comment. Happy New Year.